Hey traders, the Chart Guys Swing Report newsletter is currently live. In the description of this video, there are two links. The first is to the sign up page where you can also get emailed an example of a previous copy. And the second is to an in-depth video to let you know exactly what the Swing Report entails. Appreciate your attention. Let's get on to the charts. Hey traders, hope you had a good weekend. Checking in today, we have tiny volume on the S&P 500, 35 million, one of the lowest volume days of the entire year. But that doesn't matter, because of two things. Number one, the bulls have the trend in their favor. Number two, we know it is the bears that need volume to prove anything. The bulls don't need volume to go up. The bears need volume to go down in any notable way. So we're looking at a little bit of a double top, 338, 28, 25, 34, little triple top over the last 3 out of the last 4 days. But if we're going to see any kind of shift in momentum, we have to see a bear break of 335.62. And more importantly, a bear break of 332, which is the more important level for me. All-time highs are potentially in play tomorrow. QQQ and the healthcare sector hit all-time highs today. IWM daily high or low has been established at 155.87. Bulls are going to try and see continuation, have to get over 159.82 to do so. Daily uptrend still easily intact. This is a daily bull flag possibly shaping up. Bulls want to see a little uptick in volume and some more follow through tomorrow. QQQ all-time high, not extremely convincing. We broke it by less than $1, but it's an all-time high. And we are looking at the hourly chart, which is still favoring the bulls. We'll be looking for an hourly high or low next time we consolidate, and the bulls are going to try for a little bit more of a convincing move into the upper 270s for it to be nice and clear. We are still watching, or we can still watch, this resistance line. And again, for those who are watching and thinking it may be a falling wedge, that is possible, or I should say a rising wedge. Still possible. So we'll keep an eye on that resistance. The healthcare sector, all-time high today. Same thing though, not entirely convincing. We only got there by 31 cents. Bulls want to clear 108 for it to become a bit more convincing. But it is an all-time high nonetheless. XLF, bear drop. So heading into the weekend, we got news that Buffett lightened up in some financial sector banks positions, keeping in mind that he added to his Bank of America position earlier in the year. But that was bearish on the financial sector. I exited. So back here I entered a swing trade at 24.69, exited half of that in the 25, I forget what, but the mid 25s, and then I just exited the second half when 24.93, the double bottom of Thursday and Friday, broke. If that level had held, excuse me, if that level had held, continuation would have remained favorable. As soon as that level breaks, we're still looking for a daily high or low, but we shift from favoring continuation to then favoring a daily lower high the next time we bounce. Anything above 23.87 is a daily high or low. Plenty of space for the bulls to still work with, but a weak close, keeping momentum with the bears. We will be scouting a daily high or low, but not ready just yet. And that's why SPY is not at an all-time high while QQQ and XLV are. It's because the financial sector was down over 1.5% today. Biotech bulls showed up in a big way. Tightening daily range, I'm viewing it as an all-time high. Low of the pullback, lower high, higher low, all about 115.54. Keeping in mind that that is our resistance zone, with pretty much 6 rejections from that zone recently. And that level is potentially in play tomorrow. If it were in play, we can be watching for a bearish entry because the hourly RSI would be overextended. If I were going to make a bearish entry off that resistance, I would want to see green to start the morning into hourly consolidation. All about the mid 115s. If it breaks bullish, our weekly bounce will be underway, and we'll be looking back up at the all-time high from there. Look at the weekly 12-period exponential support, holding a whole bunch of consolidation over the last few months. SMH, all-time highs for the semiconductors, certainly very correlated to the tech sectors. And as we've been talking about in our videos, you have tech, semiconductors, and our high flyers, whether it's PTON, OSTK, SQ, whoever you're looking at, there's a lot of high flyer names. And then you have XLF, energy, and our laggard sectors, cruises, airliners, etc. Big red day for cruises and airliners and the financial sector today. Big green day Well, solid green day for tech, semiconductors, and our high flyers. OSTK, huge day to blue sky breakout. Tesla is a high flyer in blue sky breakout after a big time day today. That's where a lot of my trading was focused. SQ bulls revving back up to test that all-time high. Just keeping it compartmentalized with those two distinct differences because they are inversely trading to each other for the last 6 trading days at this point. It varies a little bit for short periods of time, but for the majority of the last 6 trading days, inverse relationship. The VIX is still in its falling wedge, and the bulls still are not breaking bullish, so we'll continue to monitor this wedge. Gold, I would expect a daily lower high compared to 2076, but we would have to lose the 4-hour uptrend for that daily lower high to be set. Anything above 1929 is a 4-hour higher low. So loss of the 4-hour uptrend means daily lower high. Size of the bounce is significant enough that I would anticipate a daily higher low once that daily lower high has been found. Tightening daily equilibrium is the most likely scenario in my opinion. Silver, a little bit weaker just in the sense that we haven't broken the high of Thursday or Friday, but as far as the bounce retracement size, getting over 50%, and it's the same thing. We're watching for a lower high compared to 29.86, but I would then be scouting a higher low compared to 23.44. Expecting this tightening range to play out into next week. Miners, big day today. Bigger day for the miners than it was for the metals because, again, Buffett bought into gold, GOLD, which is a mining company. That lifted the miners significantly. We went from a potential daily bear flag to a very significant move. I'm still looking for a lower high compared to the high of this move, but again, we went from a move that favored bearish continuation as the more likely scenario, and now the size of this move today favors a daily higher low once we top out. Pretty much inverse to what XLF did today. XLF went from favoring bullish continuation to favoring a tightening range, and the miners went from favoring bearish continuation to favoring a tightening range. Oil daily higher low established at 41.62. We've just got resistance at 42.97 and 43.52, and we're just using these daily higher lows as our short-term guide as the oil bulls keep their control. Natural gas, beautiful follow-through to end last week. Daily bull flag confirmed. We were using the daily 12-period exponential as a visual guide, saying as long as that held, daily continuation was most likely. It held, and we got the continuation. 4-hour, just looking for a higher low to be set here. Healthy consolidation. When we lose the 4-hour uptrend, we zoom out and look for a daily higher low compared to 2051. Where is resistance from here? After 236, we are looking up at 246. Nice solid daily uptrend. Natural gas bulls turning on the jets. Keeping in mind, Buffett bought Dominion, a natural gas company, back when prices were a whole bunch lower in natural gas. So Tesla today, I was trading Tesla and I was late. I missed the move. So what do I do when I miss a move? I be patient and I pick a spot where I can make an entry for low risk, high reward. So what did I wait for? I waited for 15-minute consolidation. Looked healthy, low bear volume, new all-time high was happening, and scaled into the weakness. I saw this 2-minute loss of momentum. I actually played this a couple ways. I was watching 2-minute 12-period exponential support, which held 1, 2, 3 tests of support. I watched this pullback from just under the all-time high. I made a bullish entry at 17.69, and I sold it. Sold half of it for a little $7 gain, giving myself a break-even stop under 17.66. And then I exited the second half of that position before my stop triggered because I then started watching this little head and shoulders setup. So what did I do there? I saw this base of support, 17.66, 17.65. I said if we get back over 17.80, I'm top fishing the all-time high. We got over 17.80. I made an initial bearish entry, and we then pulled back. So I sold a very small win. Then I sold a small loss, or I should say another small win as a bear. Nothing notable, just tacking on, a quarter day maker, a third of a day maker. From there, I exited my short at about 1765 on this pullback, and I then started looking long. Why am I looking long? Because I'm looking for a 15-minute higher low. Made my first initial scale in into weakness. Generally, I wait for a 2-minute trend change to give us the 15-minute higher low, or at least the setup for it. But I entered into weakness because I was more confident coming from blue sky breakout. First entry was 1759, I believe, and I was going to enter a second position, bullish, if the consolidation took us to the 15-minute 12-period exponential support, which at that point in time was in the mid-1740s. We didn't get there, so I just stuck with my 1/2 position and rode it into the close, and I'm swinging it. Why am I swinging it? Because I've got a very nice profit cushion where we would have to open 5% lower to be back to break even on the trade. And I like the risk to reward where if we see any bit of the slightest strength in extended hours overnight tonight, Tesla is poised very well for a gap up open. QQQ all-time highs, SPY on the verge of all-time highs, Tesla at all-time highs. That to me is all systems go as far as having bull confidence. Add a dash of profit cushion, and that's my kind of swing trade. We'll see if it works out. Hope you all had a good day as well. Nice to get to the lake and find out there was no Wi-Fi. Some forced break time, which I can't remember the last time I had 2 days without Wi-Fi, but it was nice. Ate a big watermelon from the garden with friends. Didn't take much video at all. There is a video of me face planting, water skiing out there somewhere, which I will try and get a hold of. And we'll see you tomorrow. Have a good rest of your day. Got a couple different kinds of peppers, a few different kinds of tomatoes, these weirdo tomatoes, bitter melons. I forget what this is called, something like a tiger melon. It's a little cantaloupe size of a softball. You trying to throw down, bro?